Om. Let us do the chanting of Vishnu Suktam, dear friends. Om Atha Vishnu Suktam. Om Vishnurnukam Viryani Pravochamya Parthivani Vimame Rajagam Siyo Askabhayaduttaragam Sadastam Vichakramanastrethorughayo Vishnuraratamasi Vishnoho Prustamasi Vishnoho Snaptresto Vishnosyurasi Vishnordhruvamasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva तदस्य प्रियमभिपातो अश्याम नरो यत्र देवयवो मदन्ति गुरुक्रमस्य सहि बन्धुरित्था विष्णोः पदे परमे मध्व उत्सः प्रतद्विष्णुस्तवते वीर्याय मृगो न भीमः कुचरो गिरिष्ठाः यस्योरुषु त्रिषु विक्रमणेषु अधिक्षियन्ति भुवनानि विश्वा परो मात्रया तनुवावृधान न ते महित्वमन्वश्नुवन्ते उभे ते विद्मरजसे पृथिव्या विष्णो देवत्वं परमस्य वित्से विचक्रमे पृथिवीमेष एतां क्षेत्राय विष्णुर्मनुषे दशस्यन् ध्रुवासो अस्य कीरयोजनासः ऊरुक्षितिगुं सुजनिमाचकार त्रिर्देवः पृथिवीमेष एतां विचक्रमे शतर्च सम्महित्वा प्रविष्णुरस्तु तव सस्तवीयान् त्वेषगह्यस्य स्थविरस्य नाम अतो देवा अवन्तु नो यतो विष्णुर्विचक्रमे पृथिव्या सप्तधामभिः इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदधे पदं समूढमस्य पागं सुरे त्रीणि पदा विचक्रमे विष्णुर्गोपा अदाभ्यः ततो धर्माणि धारयन् विष्णोः कर्माणि पश्यत यतो व्रतानि पस्पशे इन्द्रस्य युज्यः सखा तद्विष्णोः परमं पदगुं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जागृवागं सस्समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदं पर्याप्त्या अनन्तरायाय सर्वस्तोमोतिरात्र उत्तममहर्भवति सर्वस्याप्त्यै सर्वस्य जित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, in very short common sense thought today, देखो in Mundaka Upanishad that is told to us कि other than Akshara Parabrahma Para Vidya, everything else is Apara Vidya. So it may help us in beautiful outer life, comfortable life, and it should be also like that. All the Apara Vidyas. But remember, they never will give moksha. Ata parayaya tadaksharam abdigamyate. So our intellects have to be sharp, subtle, even shrewd also to understand this aspect. And then aparavidya and its pursuit, how long we should continue, how much we should continue, how far we should continue, that discretion should be there. Otherwise, that also is endless. Aparavidya, endless. Like if I become a poet, is the endlessness. How many poems I can write? If I'm an actor, how many I can do the actions? If I am a Upanishad Pravachana Karta, there is no end to that. Ab karte job. I can learn all the thousands of languages that are there in the world, and in all languages I can talk Upanishads. There is no end to that. That also part of Aparavidya. Talking Upanishads. You understood? All four Vedas, Vedangas are put in apara in that great Upanishad. Tatrapara Rugvedo Yajurvedah Samavedo Atharvanah Shiksha Kalpo Vyakaranam Niruktam Chanto Jyotish. So the intelligence of the Rishi there is when Chatur Vedas, six Shadangas, six Sangas, when they themselves are in Apara. What to talk about all other? Of course, all of them are included in Vedas only. So they are all good. We should know them, but how long, how far? We should know this point that that is also endless ocean. That's why they talk in other language. Be trupta, be contented with all the outer achievements gained through outer apara vidyas. And how many arts I can learn, how many crafts I can learn, how many businesses I can do, and how many organizations I can start, how many activities I can do. There's no end to them. How many people I can meet, how much of friendliness I can have with them, how much I can improve upon my own performance in the world so that the people will like me, love me, trust me. You know, everybody is doing one or these things. Beautiful. But there's no end to them. We have to put the end because they won't give us the moksha. They only will bind us. What is bondage? The limitation, the desire. I am limited is the bondage. I want to be unlimited is the desire. And that I try to do with one or the other, the aparavidya sambandhi worldly things. Just look from a zooming angle, upar se niche. People all are running to get something or the other. All are aparavidya. Shastra say continue it for some time, but then after at least certain time come into the paravidya, yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. And that paravidya is Brahma Vidya. So that Brahma is inexplicable by any words, yet indicative words are given for us to contemplate and realize it as me. And the beauty is that alone everything else is nothing other than it really. There is nothing other than water really called as waves or bubbles. Really, there is only water. Really, there is only mud. Really, there are only ornaments. Really, there is only that cotton. Really, there is only reality. All others, with the number of fabrics or clothes with designs made and used for different purposes, yet they are unreal. So, too, number of ornaments with various designs made and wearing at different parts of the body, yet they are unreal. Understood? So that is the Paravidya, Sukshma Vidya. And therefore, the Sukshma is required. It is Shuddha Vidya, therefore, Shuddha Antakarana required. It is Ekameva Dvaya Brahma, therefore, Ekagrata is required. Isn't it? To recognize it. Then keep an eye on that also. Go to those gurus who talk on this Brahma Vidya. Keep listening little. And allow that to sink inside. Feel for it also. This is how it begins. Allow it to slowly snowball or grow and even try for it also. What is the try? Yourself study that book under the guidance. Then you yourself can even start becoming antarmukha in trying to reach it out. And while trying to reach it out, all the inner faculties, which is one only, expresses as four, obstructs, not wantedly, but it's its nature. है ना? तो all that mana buddhi chitta ahankara thoda sa quite karte हुए try to go beyond, try to see beyond. है ना? That's how little when we try, The confidence also comes. We can see the progress also. It's so beautiful. So remember the para vidyas, and there's nothing emotional about it. I know there is nothing worrying about it. Mm, okay. And nothing wrong about it. It's a beautiful pursuit only. Those who don't know the glory of it, those who are too much lost in the aparavidya, those who are jealous about others growing in paravidya, they are the ones who have some objections about it. They can be our own near and dear ones. Some out of ignorance, some out of jealousy, some out of their bondage to the aparavidya. That they dislike it, they talk low about it. So we have to very sharp in that aspect. What are our studies, convictions, and what are their words, which is true, which is to be followed. Be strict about it, strong about it, harm, learning the art of delicately protecting yourselves from others' influence, wherein they try to take us into the aparavidya, isn't it? Paravidya, Brahmavidya, when it is spoken, when we get a chance, first priority. Even all the Purana Katha, Itihasa Katha, Bhagavan Krishna Kannaya, Ramaya, all of them are apara only. In all of them, there is Dvaita, there is Dvandva, there is Upadhi, the Upadhi conditioned worship, isn't it? It is like, only when I am worshipping the Lord, then He will bless me. One conditioning. Second is what? Unless I worship the Lord is not at all there, as if, you know. So these are all at the lower level only. You know? Seeing that Lord Rama and Krishna is all pervading Brahman. Therefore, I am also he only. That also me only. There's no higher level of jnanam than this, which is paravidya. All other than that are the apara only. Each one of them are important at their own level, have some to convey at that level. But none of them are ultimate. Clear? None of them are the para. So have that. I don't totally forget the paravidya, getting lost in the para. That is a suggestion. Choice is yours. Power of aparavidya is so much because it is very enchanting to our present level of identified upadhis of indriyas and antakarana. I am at indriya level, antakarana level. To indriyas and antakarana, these aparavidya sambandhi pursuits are very enchanting, very wonderful. I love my child, so he loves the games, he loves the sports, he loves the movie. So I take him there, I also go with him. Very powerful. These aparavidya sambandhi, all pursuits. Let me go for it. And, and this thought in the mind about apara is endless because varieties are endless. And we have also very powerful forgetting ability. That we have indulged in it, we forget it, again we repeat it. And again to our problem, to add to our problem in the Kali Yuga, the Abharavidya Sambandhi things grow so fast in so many varieties that you see that and that moha ho jata hai. Dekhte hi moha ho jata hai. We forget the reality or the pursuit of Paravidya. So, though it's more than a common sense thought, it's a little higher one. Yet just see, you know, no Lord, no Guru can force us. The Gurus in their ashram reveling in that Paravidya. Don't even wait for someone to come to them because they are reveling in it. If someone comes there seeking it, they make them qualified and they teach it. Therefore, it is not in the interest of the Guru that he will have to communicate to us the glory of that Paravidya and its pursuit. It is we who have to recognize it and then go towards it. And always in that Paravidya Marga, people are less. Rather, we are always alone only. Be ready for it. In the Aparavidya, there are so many people along with you to give company. You cannot have company in Para because it is Ekameva Advaita. In short, gaining information, converting it into knowledge, becoming convinced about it. About what? That Paravidya. That means about the existence of the Supreme Paramatma Tattva beyond all. Should keep on happening. Then the desire should be intensified that I want to reach to that state in my identity. I want to experience that state of being myself. That desire should grow. Like the youngsters, especially the children between the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, the experiments and all, what you call, whatever they call, they want to do them, risk. They want to ride the bike 180 kilometers speed. They want to do the paraglidings. They want to do the scuba diving. I don't know what this is. They want to do the bungee jumping. They want to go into the forest alone. They want to play with lions and tigers. The children of that age, ऐसे बहुत सारे उनको करने को मन होता. The parents stop them, and something really risky also. In us also that type of feeling that I want to experience that state, which is so much, very much everywhere there. That only is there actually reality. On that, all these things are projected and we are attracted and we are in that delusion that they are real. उसका beyond क्या है? अतीत. Hmm? What you see and what you feel and what you think is not enough. See beyond and see above in your own self. Not final this is. See beyond, see above through your intellect. First, thereafter in experience. वो खोज करते रहना है. बाहर का खोज also अच्छा, but again it is going away from self. Every खोज and every pursuit outside is taking us away from self. Then दो देखो, तीन चीजें याद रख लेना. Self is infinite. Self is pure consciousness. Self is blissful. है ना? When I go away from the self, I am going from infinite to finite. When I go away from the self, I am going away from the consciousness to the inertness, which is perishable. When I go away from the self is blissful. So I'm going away from the bliss, I enter into misery only. सच्चिदानंद आत्मा से दूर जाओ तो असत जड़ अनानंद में ही जाओगे ना, isn't it? So these are the things in a calm, cool, quiet mind we have to ponder over and start taking decisions, daring steps to give up the अपराविद्या and its pursuits and take up paravidya. है ना? देखो, about the world 2000 fields knowledge you have, but atmajnana we don't have. What is the use of it? है ना? The other way around is atmajnana is there, then the aparavidya is nothing known, nothing is lost. Then that is what Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu discussion. What did you study in that convent school? Father asked. I studied the essence of all study, he says. What is that, you say? There is nobody other than Narayana everywhere. Everything, everybody is Narayana Sarupa. Narayana alone is Sarva Vyapaka, I said. And that materialistic Aparavidya fellow, he didn't understand. Hiranyakashipu and others. It was a very good discussion in Bhagavata Saptamaskanda. And he is worried, flabbergasted, our Prahlada, seeing all these fellows, why they are pursuing every nonsense, leaving Narayana. And others also worried, such a wonderful Bhoga Vidya, Chodkar, he talks about some Narayana who is never seen. You know, like even in our world also, when you come regularly to class and you feel why people don't come and listen, you know. At the same time, the other people also feel इतना बढ़िया सुबह सुबह का नींद छोड़कर ब्रेकफास्ट छोड़कर 2 घंटे पेपर पढ़ते हुए गप्पे मारते हुए चाय पीते हुए how many risk snacks can be eaten leaving all that why this man is sitting for Upanishad. They also feel like that. So the Paravidya, Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, Moksha Vidya, of it the importance, the knowledge, the pursuit should intensify in us. So beautiful it is. And it helps us as we grow in age also for further life also. Like when you shift a house, new house you made. If you are intelligent, expected to be, you don't carry all the cupboard which you have in the earlier house. All the unwanted you throw away, no? Only required things, fresh things in the new house you keep. So if our mind is filled as we progress in age with more and more of Paravidya, all the Apara is left out. And I believe it's a very beautiful thing when we enter into new house with all the Paravidya Sambandhi only. Because all Shastras talk about that as the highest and greatest and noblest. Even in this very life also, why not the last 15 years of ours, 20 years of ours? Aha, Paravidya pursuit. Listening to Upanishads, studying the Upanishads, contemplating on the Upanishads, grasping the Upanishads' sublime theme, and going to the alone place, and in that sitting for meditation, in that secluded place, Ekanta, and going beyond the Dehadi Upadhi. And in the beginning, it will be vague, it will be confusing, but when one continues it, then the Purnata of that state is apprehended. Arre, I thought it is empty, but this is what is full. And I thought earlier the world is full, but where is the world? It is empty only. है ना? वो वाला हमको पकड़ना चाहिए. And when you are catching it, you can't tell it others because they have gone in the other preyo marga, apara marga. They won't get convinced by your words. You need not try. And you need not get changed from your paravidya to the apara. Okay, anyway, so the main point is this one. Then give a thought, think towards which direction the life is going on. And it is in our hands and it is our life. And we have to respect it and we have to use it for highest. And every life, every decade of every life, every year of every life, every month, every week, every day. है ना? I तो feel for myself. मौका भगवान देते हैं तो करो paravidya pursuit. And while going through that only, intensely pray again to the Paramatma. Oh Lord, repeat this thing outside and give me that joy of going through this inside. है ना? Isn't it? Like if I meet Puja Gurudev, so I feel so joyful about it. Thank the God, and I say again and again, give me that chance. है ना? भगवान राम कृष्ण मंदिर दर्शन है. Don't we say that? क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय च, और again let us have the darshan वाला. ऐसा मौका आता है पराविद्या का, like this class. We are talking पराविद्या only here. Use it, and while conclusion again do the strong sankalpa. Let me have it more and more. When you go to hotel, eat something and again say, let me come here and have more. बोलते हो ना, अध्यात्म का भी ऐसा होता. संकल्प प्रार्थना, making use of it when it is available, again doing sankalpa and prarthana, again it will be available, make use of it. And the two culprits always to distract us are one, the outer world of things and beings, second is our own deluding mind. Be watchful about it, be aware of it, never trust it. है ना? Only the buddhi should be used, which can think about sadasat, which can think about parapara, which can think about bandha moksha. Not the mind which just throws some fancied things and pulls us towards it. है ना? In this way, beautiful are these Upanishads which try to educate us this way. Paravidya, Paravidya, मेरे प्यारे, go for the para, not apara. है ना? शौनक अंगिरस संवाद. ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोक शङ्करम्. ॐ सुखभवता सुहिता भविता निजबोधविचारण चारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेकविदं भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिसमस्तमन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणात् आरभ्य सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्याम कक्षायाम आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थम तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, third chapter. How beautiful are the mantras, each one of them. Really, for a serious, sincere seeker, fully engrossing, consuming our mind and intellect into that deep meditation. So, 20th mantra, Om Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atma Guhayam Nihitosya Jantoho Tamakratum Pashyati Vita Shokaha Dhatuhu Prasadan Mahimanamisham. So, each topic, each point is very crucial. First, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atma. The self is subtler than the subtlest, bigger than the biggest, larger than the largest, in every way of measurement or parameter. It alone is everything, and that in that everything, the smaller than smallest, bigger than the biggest is that one. The Paramatma is the water. In the water, a drop also is Paramatma, an ocean also is Paramatma. Right? Second is that Paramatma is Akratu and Mahimanam and Isha. What is the Akratutva Paramatma? The Akratu is Vishaya Bhoga Sankalpa Rahita. That Vishaya Bhoga Sankalpa Rahitatva, which is called as the Akratutva of Paramatma, it itself is Mahimanam, is its Mahima. Being Akratu is its Mahima of that Paramatma. And because of that Akratutva and Mahima, that there are no Vishaya Bhoga Sankalpa, there are no karmas. There are no karma phalas. Therefore, there are no Vruddhi Kshaya of going to the higher worlds or lower worlds. Therefore, he is called Isha. Karma nimitta Vruddhi Kshaya Rahitam, therefore Isha. So, the Paramatma is Anohaniyan, Paramatma is Mahato Mahiyan, Paramatma is Akratu, Paramatma's Mahima is this one. Therefore, he is Ishaha, not subjected to the Janma Varanadi like we the Jivas. And him we have to Pashyati. And what is the Pashyati? Not the Pashyati, see him like you see a tree or bird. Ayam aham asmi iti sakshat vijanati. Ayam aham asmi iti sakshat janati yaha. The one who realizes that is my actual state of being. That is me. I am that. That is me. I am that. Teacher teaches it. That's the final Upadesha. The disciple experiences it. That's the final culminating achievement. How the teacher teaches it as his final Upadesha. Tat tvam asi. That thou art. Thou art that. That thou art. You are that. That is what is you. And the greatly tuned disciple experiences for himself. In what way? Aham Brahma Asmi. Na aham Jivosmi, न अहम देहोस्मि, न अहम कर्ता भोक्ता अस्मि, न अहम संसारी अस्मि, अहम ब्रह्म अस्मि. So aham asmi iti sakshat janati means this. Yeah, whoever he may be, he and he alone. He certainly and he alone. Vita shoka bhavati. Freed from all shoka. One word shoka means no shoka, no dukkha, no bandhana, no janma marana. None of the things of the samsara you will have anymore. If one realizes, I am that Brahman. If that is not realized, even a notch below state we are, even we may be our Brahma Deva in the Brahma Loka, still we are with Shoka, not Vita Shoka. With Shoka is English. Vita means without in Sanskrit. So that's the meaning of Saha Vita Shoko Bhavati. Then we should have that Jignasa now. We should have that inquisitiveness. Then how that Akratum Mahimayuktam Isham Anoranyan Mahatamahiyan Atmanam I can experience. We should have that jignasa. Okay? We are already that. It's not something not available that you have to order it and wait for somebody to make it and parcel it. Atman to aisa nahi hai na, it's already made, it is ready. Thank God that half of the problem is done. It's ready made. Pay the bill and get the thing. How to realize that one should ask. Two most crucial sadhanas are told. One is Dhatu Prasadat. Dhatu Prasadat is the sentence, is a sadhana, which is explained to us by all the Shastras, here Bhagavan Shankara, in two ways. One meaning is Dhatu means Ishvara, Parameshwara. Prasada matlab when he becomes prasanna and does the anugraha on us. Therefore, have that Ishvara in your mind and extend all required worships to him and make him prasanna so that when he blesses, the Atmanubhuti will happen. That is one meaning of Dhatu Parameshwarasya Prasadat. है ना प्रसन्ने ही परमेश्वरे धातु ईश्वरस्य प्रसादात् प्रसन्ने ही परमेश्वरे तद याथात्म्य ज्ञानम उत्पद्यते. This interpretation is because in how many of the Puranic stories, in the Itihasa stories, which are real, that we have seen that this Bhakta worshipped that Ishvara Parameshwara. When he came, he asked for the Atma Jnana. The Parameshwara said, Tathastu, it happened. Therefore, Dhatu who is Paramatma, Parameshwara, with his Prasannata, also this Atmayathatma Jnana will happen. No, second one is to be that way qualified. The other meaning of Dhatu Prasada is here Dhatuhu means Indriyani because they are Indriya Sharira Dharanat Dhatavaha. And in Indriya, 5 Indriyas Jnana, 5 Indriyas Karma, or Antakarana. All we have to add. Of these 14 Dhatus, Prasada means what? Purification. So Prasadat means when they are prasanna, when they are calm and quiet, when they are pure, then also the self is realized. है ना? Like when the children at home are calm and quiet, our mind starts working. When the mind is calm and quiet, the intellect starts working. The intellect is calm and quiet, the self is realized. Just like that. And what is the meaning of the prasadata of these all faculties? What is the aprasadatva? What is the aprasannatva? Their agitation, extrovertedness. Why it happens? Because the Vishayas, the reality given to the Vishayas, desire for them. Therefore, with dosha drushti, with pratipaksha bhavana, when all these faculties are withdrawn from the Vishayas, they become prasanna. Like some youngsters, even 25, 30 years, they are still with the Vishayas outside, spoil their own life and career. But there are some youngsters by the age of 16, 17, somehow by their own Pura Janma Punya, they good parents, good grandparents. He just understands all this outward indulgence is nonsense. I just want to focus on my study and career. And he does so by the age of 21. He is already rich. कोई कोई तो सिविल सर्विस आईएएस ऑफिसर भी बन गए हो. How? Because his all dhatus are prasada. Why? The other things in which other youngsters were indulging, say the outer world of objects, with the Pratipaksha Bhavana and Dosha Drushti towards them, he has withdrawn from them. That is what it is. Indriyani dhatavah sharirasya dharanat. Tesham prasadat. How? Vishaya dosha darshana maladi apanayinat. है ना? By continuous darshana of the dosha in the Vishayas, the mala in our antakarana, in the form of the vasanas, expressing as desires, pushing us into the world, all of that is eliminated. Thereafter, they won't appear to be necessary as they are appearing now. जब तक वासना desire होते हैं ना, then the world appears to be necessary. When they are removed, no, no. That's why when you go to Kashi, something which we think very, very important for me, necessary to me, because of vasana, is told to be given up. है ना? Then few days तो अरे मैंने क्यों छोड़ा रहे लगता है. But when you practice it for some time, then we find the freedom from it. At that time, slowly the vasana, kamana for that is going away. Then not only it doesn't come to me, that thought and desire, even if others offer, I say, no, Vishwanath ji को मैंने छोड़ दिया, गंगा मैया को छोड़ दिया, I am not going to have it. So to that which you were addicted earlier, we are now freed. That's the meaning of Vishaya Dosha Darshanena. Therefore, we have offered it to the Lord Shiva or Ganga Maya. Here, same, Vishaya Dosha Darshanena. Mala apanayana ho gaya. Mala is the vasanas and the desires for the worldliness. It's only vasanas and desires which push us into the world and worldliness. And it's not because the world is real or really it gives us joy, happiness. अरे उसका अपना ही ठिकाना नहीं है. How can it give us the happiness? But all these sublime things we don't think. You know? We just like something is looking good, we buy it. We don't think कि who made, which company made, what material it is used, is it good for health or not. सोचते ही नहीं. और जिसने सोचा इसे no nothing doing, I'll make food at home and eat, not outside. विषय दोष दर्शन examples. So feel the mantra धातु प्रसादात महिमानम ईशम तम अक्रतुम यह पश्यति सह वीतशोकः भवति. आत्मा अनोहणीयान आत्मा महतो महीयान आत्मा अक्रतो आत्मा महिमा युक्त आत्मा इज ईश तम आत्मान धातु प्रसादात यह पश्यति सह वीतशोकः भवति. Penultimate shloka of this chapter. Now the ultimate last shloka. Beautiful it is. कि उक्तम अर्थम दृढ़यितुम मंत्र दृक् अनुभवम दर्शयति. उक्तम अर्थम दृढ़यितुम, to make stronger the said thing, है ना, मंत्र दृक् अनुभवम दर्शयति. The experience of the mantra drashta, the rishi, is being quoted here by the Shruti Mata. She says, following me, the rishi has experienced it Now, as you see, the comments by somebody or testimonials, something you call them, na? So the Rishi's testimonial. But he has tested, he got the experience. He told, and we are referring that to you. Mantra drashta, mantra druk Rishi's anubhavam, Shruti Mata darshayati. Uktamartham dradaitu. To strengthen what is said. What is said is, these are the Sarupa Lakshanas of the Atman. When it is realized, Pita Shokaha, freed from all misery and bondage. So, Uktam Artham Dudaitam Mantra Druk Anubhavam Darshayati. कहा हुआ ज्ञान को या अर्थ को हमारे हृदय में दृढ़ता से बिठाने के लिए द ऋषि द मंत्र दृष्टास एक्सपीरियंस इज कोटेड हियर. Very good mantra, very powerful. Again, it is also enjoyable. Let us chant it 4 times. Om Vedahametamajaram Puranam Sarvatmanam Sarvagatam Vibhutvat Janma Nirodham Pravadanti Yasya Brahmavadino Hi Pravadanti Nityam. Again. वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्मनिरोधं प्रवदन्ति यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्. वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्मनिरोधं प्रवदन्ति यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्. Again. वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्मनिरोधं प्रवदन्ति तस्य यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्. What a coincidence. Same shloka we are studying in Hindi in our next class, Gita. Same. 100%. है ना? न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Same there also. Veda avinashnam nityam yeyenam ajamavyam katam sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. Perfect. बस यहाँ इंग्लिश में and there in Hindi. So the literal meaning of the shloka is Veda Aham. Aham Veda. I have experienced. The Rishi is saying. The Brahmagnani is saying. And why will he say any joke? To cheat whom? Because the wise persons know that by speaking lies, we cheat ourselves, not anybody. And nobody wants to cheat himself. Therefore, no wise person wants to cheat himself. Therefore, no wise person can speak lies. They speak truth only. Therefore, what this Rishi is speaking is truth. And what is his speech? Aham Veda. मैंने जान लिया, मैंने एक्सपीरियंस कर लिया. अहम वेद. है ना? Like whatever the jhoot or such we follow, yesterday night, how was the sleep? We know it. है? Deep slumberous sleep, like a log of wood. घोड़े बेच के सो गए. 10 बजे सोया, 7 बजे तक करवट भी नहीं बदला. Something करवट. Even I didn't change the position also. The way I slept when I got up like that. We know it, no? This is our experience. एंड उसके बाद झूठ बोलते होंगे लोगों को धोखा देने के लिए. हाँ, मेरे को रात में सोया ही नहीं. दैट इज ऑल नॉनसेंस वी डू. ये तो हमको आदत है झूठ बोलना. और द अदर वे अराउंड आल्सो. Some sounds were there, disturbances were there. The pillow was not good, the cot was not good, the temperature was more, the mosquitoes were biting. There are 10 reasons because of which you don't get good sleep. or empty stomach or wrong food eaten. It is your experience. And when you get up, somebody asks, you know your experience. Therefore, there also, just to make the people comfortable, our own host, we say, yeah, I had a good sleep. बाहर झूठ बोलो सच बोलो अलग बात, but you know the your अनुभूति ना. That's the meaning of aham veda. I know it. I am experiencing it directly. Veda aham. So the self can be experienced. And one can tell that I experienced the self. One cannot tell how it was. Because it is very personal. Like you can get experience of electricity. lag gayi re baba shock. You can tell. But how is it? Ita hai ki khatta hai. You can't tell others. The other fellow also has to put the finger. Then only you'll have direct electricity yoga. Ha ha. So Vedaham, Aham Veda. I'm telling literal meaning. Then we'll study with Bhashyam. Then what do you know, sir? Anna, I know the self, which is a topic under discussion. Again, in that self, in what way we experienced it, although it cannot be spoken, but with some familiar relative things for our understanding or for our apprehension or for some idea, can you say few words are used? Ajaram, Puranam, Sarvatmanam, Sarvagatam. Four words are used. And Vibhutvat. Ajaram means that which never becomes Jara Yukta, senility, old age. Ajaram. Then Puranam. See, yesterday these all words came in our Gita study. Puranam. That apakshaya varjitatva is explained by viparinati. Aviparinama is explained by the word Purana. Apakshaya is explained by the Shashwata word. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजः नित्यः शाश्वतः अयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. How wonderful! Each word is telling about the absence of one of the vikara. Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparnamate, apakshiyate, vinashyate. Every word in that shloka used to deny one or the other parinama, vikriya, modifications in the Brahman. Here also, Veda aham. किनको आप जानते हो? एतम. एतम means एतम आत्मान. It is ajaram. Jaradi rahita. Puranam. As it was the day one, even now it is like that. Purana nahi hua wo. Pura apinava. What we call as Purana in Hindi, in Sanskrit the total meaning is opposite. ये चीज पुराना हो चुका है, अभी मेरे को नया चाहिए. Actually, the Purana meaning is Pura apinava. In time, it may be older than the oldest, but in its freshness and quality, it is as it was on the day one. Puranam. Ajaram, Puranam. Then Sarva Atmanam. He is the Atman of everything. Then Sarvagatam. He is the one all pervading. How come? Vibhutvat. Because earlier he alone was there. He alone is with his power. Vibhu means Vividam Bhavati. Therefore, Sarva Atmanam Sarva Gatam. The self of all and the permeating all is that Atman Aham Veda. I have realized it. Isn't it? Very beautiful discussions, all these contemplations. The one who could recognize the mud, he recognized the mud, the self, which is all pervading in all those hundreds and thousands of parts. So that mud is the Vibhu. Therefore, it is Sarvagata, it is Sarvatma. And it is Ajarva and Purana compared to the pots. You know, pot becomes Jara, it breaks. Mud won't become, it's always Purana, Pura Apinava, it's always the same. So Vedahameda Vajram Puranam Sarvatmanam Sarvagatam Vibhutvat. Then Janma Nirodham Pravadanti Yasya. You know, of that Brahman, one meaning is Janma Nirodham. There is no Janma to it. जन्म ही नहीं इसका कहते हैं. Nirodha means not there. Janma Nirodha means birth is not there. If birth is not there, then all other modifications, death also is denied. In Gita yesterday, even Maya also without Janma. But it is Niruddha. Because when the Jnana comes, that avidya, Maya goes away. The Brahman is always Janma Rahita and also Nirodha Rahita. Mrityu Rahita. So Janma Nirodha means absence of birth, therefore absence of modifications, therefore absence of death. Or to make it simple, no need of its birth because it is always there. And no possibility of modification in it and death in it. So Adi, Janma, Anta, Mrityu, in between modifications. All of them are denied. That's the meaning of Janma Nirodham Pravadanti Yasya. Last line, Brahmavadinohu Pravadanti Nitya. Therefore, that Brahmavadins talk about it as the Nityam, eternal. Because there is no Janma, there is no Nirodha. Nirodha ho gaya, it is not there. Till it's born again. Again it is born, it goes on modifying. These problems are not there in the self. There is another explanation for the last two lines. One is Janma Nirodham Pravadanti Yasya means all the Ajnanis, Mudha Jana, they talk about Janma and Nirodha of this Brahman. Means what? The Kalpita Jagat is called as Janmita Jagat, and that Janma the superimpose on the self or the Brahman. And then the Kalpita Sarpaka Mrityota, not of the Raju, but they do the Kalpana. See that very interesting, important thing, though little difficult to understand. The rope is never born, never dying. It's always there. The snake also cannot be born, cannot die. Because it is only kalpita, projected. Projected का भी जन्म मरण नहीं होता. The Shuddha Adhisthana also Janma Maran nahi hota. Why cannot be Janma Maran of the projected? Because it is not real. It's Kalpita only. On the Adhisthana, the rope. So is the snake born on the rope or is it projected on the rope? It is not born. Because how can a rope give birth to a snake which is of totally opposite nature? So from the rope, snake is not born. Then from where the snake is born? It can't be born by itself. And there is no third thing. Therefore, it's not a birth at all. What is it then? Kalpita. That is what the entire Vedanta says. So the ignorant people talk about the Janma Nirodha. And what about the Brahmavadins talk about it? Janma Nirodha and in between modifications are never there in it. Therefore, it is Nityam. So, Janma Nirodham Pravadanti Yasya in brackets Ajnaninaha Mudhaha. The ignorant and Muda people talk about the Janma Marana of that Paramatma. But Brahmavadins, they know that it is neither born nor dying, it is Nityam. And that Ajaram Puranam Sarvatmanam Sarvagatam Atman Aham Veda. I have experienced. This is the report by the Brahmajnani that Shruti Mata is quoted for making Drudha. This knowledge already set in us that this Atman, when one realizes it, one is freed from all the shoka. Tamakratum pashyati chet veta shoko bhavati. As a testimonial to that, the Rishivani is spoken here by Shrutimata. And this sloka again with Bhashyam we will go through. It will take some 15-20 minutes. Very good exercise. With that, this chapter 3 will end. Fourth one will start. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha Tat Sadbrahmarpanamastu. Good. Join for Gita, those who have.